And we're back. We're back, everyone.
After a grueling Reading festival, we are back.
I can still feel it. I can still feel it. But
deep
back
in your bones.
Oh, it kind of seeps in, doesn't it, Reading? Like, I don't know about you, but after a few days afterwards, I'm still waking up in the middle of the night thinking, can I make it to the second stage? For the next set.
We all went to Alt London the day afterwards.
Doing festivals galore, isn't it, really, at the moment?
And then I went to Wide Awake, which was great, actually, in South London. Lovely little lineup.
Look at that.
And you went somewhere else.
Yes.
In Norwich. And now you're in a field in Manchester.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we're broadcasting from a variety of different locations. I mean maybe Jake isn't. Jake, you're still...
No, I'm at home, although I will be going to Wireless Festival later. So if there's no show next week, it's because we've died of cumulative festival overdose.
It's when they said, "Oh, do you know what? Like, it's great. Get all the festivals back. But what we're going to do is we're all going to do it in the same 4 weeks."
And we just booked them. We went,
laughed.
That's great.
We laughed.
That's incredible.
We smiled. We said, "Great. This is going to be great." But
you know what it wasn't?
What?
Great.
Yeah. So I'm in a field in Manchester. It's raining. Looking forward to another fun weekend, but that can't stop Down With Boring, and it can't stop another week, another show. We don't have a special guest this week because, to be honest with you, we gave you like 6 last week. So,
yeah, we kind of used them all.
Come on,
to be honest,
play the game.
And thank you to all those guests
yes.
Last week.
Yeah, an amazing time at Reading. We had a lot of good laughs. More friends of the show, Jake. That's what we're trying to build up here.
See, I don't know if they count as friends of the show because half of them didn't really seem to understand why we were there. I think if you're doing press at Reading, people just like come at you with a microphone and you're like, all right, fine. Could have been anything. Could have been the Christian Science Monitor for all they knew.
And you can read more of our interviews in the Christian Science Monitor, which I believe is out now in all Christian Science publications
Monitor
and places.
Stores?
Yes, exactly. But thank you to everyone who tuned in, of course, and all the lovely acts who
There's
came
also
on.
obviously a lot more Reading content up on the Dork website and available in the next issue of Dork, which should be out some point relatively soon. I don't have the dates because I didn't check.
But pick up a copy. Just go to the website, readdork.com
Go into it.
for more.
Dive on into that website.
Enjoy. But yes, no guest this week. But don't worry, you've got us as
We're a guest.
We
the
are.
Guest of your heart.
That you're trying to push away every single week.
I guess really on this world, we're all guests, aren't we? We're here for a limited time before we pass on to the great beyond.
Yeah.
And I think if we get too comfortable, you can forget to live your life. Whereas if you remind yourself that you're only a fleeting presence on a age-old planet, maybe, you'd go for a walk or something.
Yeah, bear that in mind whilst you now waste about an hour and a half listening to us. You're only here.
I reckon we can get it down a bit from that,
We can give it a go.
Depends. Please do write in if you'd like us to do a 10-minute show in future.
Yeah.
Now, Jamie, speaking of fleeting presences on this earth which make life seem all the sweeter,
yes.
I've got a mailbag here.
Oh, it's back. We found it.
It is, yeah. Well, I didn't find it. I actually crafted a new one from, like this time of year, there's a lot of wasps like flying around, but they don't really seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah, no.
Because the hive's dead and they're just flying. They've been kicked out. I skinned thousands of those.
Amazing.
And stitched them together into the new mailbag.
So kind of you. Like, appreciate. Look, that's the work that goes in. That's what all you listeners.
It's taken a long time.
That's what it means.
I caught them all with tiny little string lassos, and I dragged them in. And I cut down the centre and peeled them. Is that a prawn.
I think that's is that cruelty? I think it probably is.
Yes, but it's worth it for the mailbag.
Thank you.
But I spent so long doing that there was only time for someone to write in one letter. Because I only just finished it before the show started. People keep coming up with the letters, and I was like, "It's not ready. So I have one letter.
That's fine. That's good.
And it's from Coral from Scarborough.
Coral.
Yeah. And Coral says, "Hi, Dork. Lovely festival content. Thank you, Coral."
That's very nice.
She didn't say that. I've just added that.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that just a comment from you? Is that you just adding on it?
For future, maybe if people sort of said thanks for stuff.
Yeah, compliments are great.
But Coral has just said, "Hi, Dork. Would you rather fight 2 medium-sized bears or 1 very big bear?"
I think 1 big bear. because it's one target to keep an eye on.
I think that's fair.
Whilst the two medium-sized bears are smaller and therefore you could most likely grapple with them better, it's two targets, right? One guy, if one bear stands in front, the other bear's behind you, you're fucked.
It's true. I agree.
You're not going to do any with that. Big bear.
I mean, you're fucked either way, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a bear, isn't it? Like you're not going to win this fight. We've all seen The Revenant. Doesn't go well.
It doesn't. No. But I guess with one bear, you've got more chance of ducking and dodging and deceiving.
What would be your tactic for fighting this bear? I probably would aim for the knees. Do bears have knees?
The knees.
Do bears have knees?
I assume so. Yeah.
Do they have kneecaps? I don't know. I'd never see a bear's leg bend. Is my only point.
Yeah, that's true. An elephant is the only mammal with 4 kneecaps.
Oh, interesting. That makes you think that the bear doesn't have knees, but I would aim for the leg. Go for the leg first. Get the size down.
Eyes.
Go for the eyes. Sorry. What is your precision fighting style that you're aiming for the eyes?
I've got like a 1% chance of getting them, but if I get them, I've then got a much better chance of escaping.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's all or nothing. The eye lottery.
Aim for the eyes. If you do come across a bear,
if you get it wrong, you basically just sort of dive into its mouth, don't you? And then it's all over.
I'll be honest, if you're anywhere near some sort of bear altercation or fight, you've kind of made a mistake along the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be in that position to
especially in England, to be honest with you.
Very true. Yeah, you would have had to go into some sort of like zoo enclosure, which obviously is not advised for anyone. Not
even zookeepers.
No, I'm going for the big bear on this side. Bear in
the Big Blue House?
What a great show. Great tunes as well, Bear in the Big Blue House. Yogi Bear. I think I could take Yogi Bear, I think.
Oh, yeah. He's smarter than your average bear, isn't he?
It's true. I guess it's Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
I could beat the shit out of Winnie the Pooh. Honestly. What a pathetic little idiot.
Pathetic little idiot, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
You beat up Piglet, of course, as well.
No, I wouldn't beat up a child. Is he a child?
I don't know.
Is he just weird? He's a piglet, so he's small.
But technically now,
he does seem quite adult, doesn't he?
Piglet must be like 50 odd now, in terms of pure age.
Who do you think would win in a battle royale between all the Winnie the Pooh characters? I think it'd be Kanga.
Yeah. Is it Tigger?
Yeah, Tigger would probably do well.
Good paws on him. I reckon that could go down well. But
Eeyore's fucked, obviously.
Yeah, look, Eeyore's in it for the laughs. He's not in it for any sort of seriousness.
For the laughs, famously, yeah.
In it for a bit of that. But yeah, basically, don't go near bears. Is the long and short of it, because you're going to lose either way. But if you do go and find a bear and fight a bear, obviously just let the bear know that the Downward Boring podcast is on every single week, and you can obviously read more at read.com. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Plugging, Jake. We've got to try.
Plug in and play.
Yeah.
I guess we better move on.
Yeah.
You got any news?
I certainly do have some news.
I tell you what, actually, before we get into proper news, I've got a quick update on a long-running news item of ours.
Oh, yeah?
Lil Uzi Vert got his forehead diamond pulled out by a fan when he crowd surfed.
Oh, no, it's gone!
Yeah. No, I think he's got it back, but it's not in his head anymore.
Right, because he had it in, and then I believe he took it out. And
then he put it back
in.
It's not like a hokey-cokey
I don't like this, though. Does that mean there's just a hole in his head, and he's just plugging it in and out?
I don't know.
I don't like that.
It's a dermal, isn't it? So what they do is they make two cuts, and they slip a metal plate under the skin, and then they screw the piercing onto the metal plate.
This sounds
so
horrible.
I'm not sure whether the piercing's gone or the whole metal plate has. But
that just sounds atrocious.
There are so many things wrong with getting a $20 million diamond screwed into your head. And I can't say I'm surprised at how it's ended up, to be honest.
We'll obviously keep you updated on the the latest.
I'm actually seeing him later today at Wireless, so I'll get a good look.
Yeah, if you can pick that up and we can update on next week's show.
I'll fight my way to the front and shout questions at him.
The diamond! Is it in your head? Yes.
The thing is, he got the diamond back. I'm like, look, if I got that diamond, fucking pocketing that.
Yeah.
That's
You're
me
off.
set up for life.
that would bankroll many adventures that we could
would.
go on. That'd be nice. Maybe think
Plus,
about
you
that.
don't feel bad because it's like, oh no, I've robbed a man who has so little idea of what to do with his money. He got a diamond in his forehead. Like, who cares?
The police just go, yeah, all right then. Yeah, we're not going to go in this one. Obviously, this is all hypothetical. If his diamond does go missing, it was not to do with any
and
of
I
us.
moved to Antigua.
It's nothing to do with us. Let's go on to some more music news, though. Let's start off because it's been a while. Let's start about a recent one. Arlo Parks has won the Mercury Prize. Whee!
She has. I thought I was a sure bet, but Arlo's got it.
Sponsored by Hyundai for all you car fans out there.
For all you people that love driving around listening to music.
That's the perfect one. Arlo Parks won, which is amazing for Collapsing Sunbeams. She was the bookies' favourite, but she beat off, obviously, fellow legends like Wolf Alice.
She beat off Wolf Alice on TV. Fucking hell.
Past the watershed. These awards...
They do start broadcasting at 9.
These awards have changed over the years. But yeah...
Do you want a fact that'll make you feel really old?
Go on, then.
Arlo Parks is the first Mercury winner born in the 21st century.
Wow. God. Look at that. Well, congratulations to the 21st
Arlo
century.
Parks never saw the new millennium. And she never will see one. Unless she lives to 1,000 years old.
And I think Arlo Parks... I mean, let's not rule it out. You know, maybe Arlo Parks will live to 1,000. I think Arlo Parks is better for it, probably, to be honest. But yeah, big awards do look like a big load of fun. I was in Manchester, so I wasn't there. But it looked fun from afar. Loads of performances.
Probably more fun than it actually was.
Yeah, I would think so. And also Wolf Alice performed with friends of the show, such as Izzy from Black Honey. So that was nice as well. Look at that.
So, Wolf Alice, we expect you on the show shortly.
And
I tried to say soon and shortly at the same time. Shortly.
With the degrees of separation, does this mean we potentially will be performing, I don't know, at...
it means we've won a Mercury Prize?
Yes, it does actually. Yeah, we're in the band now, doesn't it? It's amazing. Amazing. Well done, Jake. Congratulations. We are now Mercury Prize winners. But also well done, I suppose, to Arlo Parks, who actually won the award. This is...
I guess you could say she's too good.
I think you know it. Too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good. You're too good to be true. I think you know it. Too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good. You're too good to be true. I think you know it. Too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good. You're too good to be true. I think you know it. Too cool to show it.
Too good. And that segue was too good, I would argue. Well,
it was something.
It was something indeed. Do you know what also is something? Moona returning. They have returned with a brand new track.
Where have they been?
Down the shops, really.
They haven't been to the Moona.
No, Moona and back. But if they did, I think they...
When the Moona hits your eye.
Don't...
Fly me to the Moona.
Let me play amongst the Mooners. Yeah, brand new track called Silk Chiffon, featuring Phoebe.
Silk Chiffon?
Chiffon? Is it a chiffon?
I know her.
Is it a silk chiffon or chiffon? Silk chiffon.
Chiffon, I believe.
What is a silk chiffon, Jake? Are you aware of
it's
what it
a
is?
type of scarf, isn't it?
Okay. Is it like...
I think.
Like kind of what? Something just like a nice little one that you dangle around your neck, not like a too bulky one.
No, yeah. I mean, it's made of silk, so...
I don't know if silk is necessarily conducive to a good scarf. I feel like a scarf...
I think it's like a... Oh, it looks like it's just a fabric. It's that kind of a translucenty silk fabric by the look of it.
Oh, okay, that's quite nice.
Very expensive, I assume.
Maybe we have to invest now.
It's got to come out of the butt of a worm, hasn't it? So,
fuck's sake. This is Moona's first new track since they signed to Phoebe Bridgers' new Satisfactory record label. So clearly, a condition was that they had to do a song with Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah,
which is
the Banger
smart.
Factory never rests.
Smart, very very smart. I really like this track. absolute banger. And obviously Saves the World, which was their second album, which came out a couple of years ago now, was one of my favorites of the year. And now this is like another nice new direction. There's definitely this like early noughties sort of like alt pop kind of feel to it. I'm a big fan. Are you a big fan, Jake? How do you feel about Silk Chiffon?
I haven't listened to it.
Well, then don't worry, you can listen to it now. This is Silk Chiffon, After the Scarf, featuring Phoebe Bridgers by Muna.
Life's so fun. Got my mini skirt and my rollerblades on. Bag on my side cause I'm out till dawn. Keeping it light like silk chiffon. Life's so fun. Don't need to worry about no one. She said that I got her if I want. She's so soft like silk chiffon. Silk chiffon, that's how it feels. Oh, when she's on me. Silk chiffon, that's how it
Yes, I'm a fan of it.
Wonderful.
That's my verdict.
And that is the power of this show.
Been sat here stony faced for 3.5 minutes, giving nothing away.
That's-
But now I can let you know I'm a fan.
It's the power of this show right there, you know? New music from ours to yours is, yes.
You got any old stuff?
I've got,
Any old people doing weird things?
I tell you what,
That's what I'm after.
don't fear, I have that. Obviously, it's
Thank
been a
God.
while since we've done a show, so we must kind of go and talk about the fact that ABBA are back. The big
Why are they called ABBA?
Don't know, actually.
All right,
Is
it's
it-
fine. We'll move on.
Oh, is
Who
it
cares?
like I think it's something to do with their initials, because you've got
Something to do with their initials? It's not their initials, is
because
it?
it's you've got Agnetha and Annifrid, and then Benny and Bjorn.
Okay.
So
It's a good
initials.
thing they're not called Colin, Ulrika, Nigel, and Terry, isn't it?
Maybe not as big around the world if that's the name they were going to go for. But they're back. That's right. ABBA are reunited because why not? Because
What's great about ABBA is that they're all alive, I think.
yes.
So like when they tour, you can see them all live in the flesh, in person, performing, right?
Jake.
Because obviously if some of them weren't alive, they'd have to do some weird sort of hologram thing.
Yeah.
And it'd be really awkward. But they're all around, so it's fine.
Yeah, about that. So they are technically playing some shows, but what they've done is, like a tour where there's venues. Well, they're not
I'm aware
doing
of
that.
that, yeah.
They're not doing that. They're not going to
okay.
venues. This is ABBA, so they have built their own venue.
Okay.
Building
But they'll all be there, right?
in spirit. Yes. So as part of this new album that's coming out, they've announced something called ABBA Voyage, which is a virtual concert which will open next year in a specially built arena in East London, 6 nights a week, with digital versions of ABBA accompanied by a live band performing 22 of their greatest
So
hits.
they hire a band, but they can't be bothered to turn up. Why London? They're not from London.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't
Maybe
know.
that's the voyage.
Yeah. Do you know like number one, rate ABBA. Great stuff. Legends.
Yeah.
Legends of the game, Top ones.
Yeah.
Why?
Seems
why?
odd, doesn't it?
Why do this?
Well, I think probably a couple of reasons. The sheer potent artistic expression of untethering themselves from the classic live performance as a pop act that have never really relied on what a lot of more rock and mainstream acts have, and
Yes.
also money.
Monday, 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 must be fun day in the rich man's world. Monday, 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 always Sunday in the rich man's world. All the things I could do if I had a little Monday. It's a rich man's world.
I mean, there it was. That was Money, Money, Money by ABBA.
Yeah, it's a shame they don't have a song called the
It's annoying.
potent untethering of whatever the fuck I just said.
We tried to find
money.
it. We tried to find them and we couldn't. It was a real struggle. But yeah. Anyway, see you there. But
God, that must be great though. They're just sitting at home and they're like, "Oh, I'm performing at the moment. That's another few grand."
do you know what their holograms are called? They're called avatars.
Oh, I quite like that actually.
That's good. That's good. You're sold now.
Big tick from me. Avatars. That's nice.
Do you want to talk about big ticks? Let me talk about big tracks.
Sounds a bit like abattoir though, doesn't it? Not
That's
good.
a different kind of concert.
Well, we don't know yet. These ones haven't happened.
True.
Anyway, yes. Sorry, you were pushing on with the show rather than discussing abattoirs.
Moving on from abattoirs, let's talk about some new music, some new tracks popping up and around in the world. Feels like at the moment a lot of people are kind of dropping new stuff, coming back. There's a lot going on, which is great. Obviously means we can't cover all the tracks, which is a shame. But
Well, we can. We just don't want to.
yeah, you don't want to know our real thoughts on, that other song.
Exactly.
Ugh. But let me tell you about a song that is very, very good, and that is the new one from Holly Humberstone with
Friend
Scarlett.
of the show.
Friend
Holly
of the
Humberstone.
show, who was on last week's show at Reading. She dropped a brand new track, called Scarlett. This is like just a continuation again of kind of all the stuff that we've talked about before with Holly Humberstone. With I guess the past 2 tracks she's put out that's coming from the new EP, which is out in November. It's kind of this, I don't know, expanded kind of like pop, like this epicness that kind of comes with it. And Scarlett, I think, is potentially her best track to date. Huge number, huge song, just real like a driving song. And I'm a big fan. Also, the video has Holly roaming about in the back of a truck, which looks incredibly dangerous.
What more could you ever want?
Looks dangerous, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm just concerned for the well-being of people, Jake. Play the game.
All right.
I'm a nice guy. I'm a
All
nice
right.
guy.
Okay.
You sure?
I'm fine, yeah. All right. You sit in your porter cabin in a field in Manchester and tell me you're nice. You do you.
Let's look at a nice song, shall we? This is Scarlett by Holly Humberstone.
said, darling, will we go the distance? As I stood there pouring my heart out with you, just completely unfazed. And you said, Scarlett, I don't need to be responsible for everything you're feeling. You're emotional grim reaper, I feel bad for you. I can't entertain these games. Hate to rain on your parade. It's just the way I'm feeling. It's just the way I'm feeling. 'Cause I cried all the summer away. Ooh, you left me waiting on a heartbreak. I just cried all the summer away. Now I'm drunk and screaming your name.
Yeah, that was nice.
What a tune. What a tune.
Can't fault it, can
Things
you?
are just getting bigger and bigger
Bangers
for Holly.
on bangers.
Just getting bigger and bigger for Holly. Really looking forward to that EP that's coming out in November. Tunes everywhere. And we have to go.
Let me tell you about tunes.
We have to go to that medieval.
Sorry.
We have to go to that medieval cave as well. Just as a note from
Oh,
last
yes,
week.
of course.
That's going to happen soon.
Well,
so.
I think realistically, the next time anyone interviews Holly, that's where they should take her.
Yes, I mean that would make sense.
That's waiting to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Good
it'd be
photo
rude. Yeah,
Great interview.
yeah. We'll book it in.
Free meal.
We'll book it in, Holly. Don't worry. We'll book it in now. Jake, you have some new music to land at our door.
I do. Yard Act.
Ooh.
Lovely indie band known for Fixer Upper, among other things.
Yes.
Have released a new track called The Overload and also announced their debut album, which they've called The Overload, which is a bit embarrassing. They've forgotten to give them different names.
Oh, no. Oh.
It's tough, yeah. So, yeah, the new track's out with a video of them at a car boot sale.
Great.
The album is out 7th of January. Entirely new stuff. None of the old classics on there.
Yeah.
So I spoke to the band at Reading, which will be in the next issue of Dork. And James, frontman, was saying that, it's sonically, they've really pushed it quite a bit with the album. They kind of untethered themselves because they had, when they were recording the album, they had electric drums rather than acoustic, and they kind of untethered themselves from thinking like it had to sound like real drums. And they've also got Sam Shipston on guitar now.
Nice.
So they've really bolstered the sound. And then he said lyrically it's basically exactly the same. So there you go.
So if you were a fan of Yard Act's lyrics before, then don't worry. If you were a fan of their sound before, don't worry, because it's going to be better. That's basically what's said. That's what it's saying.
No, it is, and this track's really good. It's like real, it's got that kind of character-driven stuff in it. Very like English, like the car boot sale thing. They've got Morris dancers at the car boot sale too, for some reason.
Yeah, they're really picking up steam.
So it's just, they are, and I think also it's just that thing where they do. He said in the quote that comes with this song that like he's against all this kind of like sloganeering and like presumptions and stuff, and I think that is like. Even with like Fixer Upper, they build characters rather than just being like, here's a big, fat, bald, racist man who wears an English flag and shouts at people. It's like, does this person really exist, or are you just making up a random stereotype? Whereas I feel like with Yard Act, they always feel like actual human beings.
Yes.
Horrible ones, but real ones.
Real ones nonetheless. Yeah, looking forward to that album. It's all kind of like coming along really nicely with Yard Act, and live they're amazing. So I think people can catch them. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of their shows seem to be selling out now, don't they? They keep posting about new ones selling out, but I'm sure there'll be others. But yeah, I would highly recommend catching them live because they are very good. And this is also good. This is The Overload by Yard Act.
Sucking each other off and popping designer bombs. It's a constant hit. It's not worth what you're paying for it. In my day, the gear on the street was so weak it could eat your ambition in a matter of weeks. Just trying to envision the peak, and that's bleak. And that's big. The overload of discontent, the constant burden of making sense. It won't relent, it won't repent. How to remain in dissonance. The overload of discontent, the constant burden of making sense.
Oh, it hits. How do you follow that?
Does.
How do you follow that, Jake? Well, I guess with more new music, because that's the format of this show.
That is the format.
Yeah, so
just got to push on.
Let's talk about Sam Fender, who's dropped another brand new track. It's called "Get You Down." So basically,
which is actually a song about from when he was a firefighter and he used to have to rescue cats trapped in trees.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure it's about that. I'm sure it is. You asked Sam, did you? You're like, yeah. It's about the cats, isn't it? He's like, yeah, of course it is, mate. Of course it is.
Yeah, I just want to get them down.
Oh, well, it's feline fine when I listen to this track.
Almost worked.
Almost did. I first heard this, so he kind of debuted this track at Reading. At Reading over the festival weekend. I went along to see the show. I was roaming my way through the crowd, putting my feet over discarded chips and just weary festival goers who by the Sunday wanted to go to sleep. It was a wonderful time.
But they weren't allowed.
They weren't allowed to because Sam Fender came on and put on a storming set. And he kind of dropped this song halfway through. And this song is like, I don't know, obviously with 17 going under and which was the other one that's going to be put out from the album, it feels like, I don't know, he's really focused in more on this kind of like epic Springsteen-esque sound. And this song is just like, I don't know, just a really, really amazing, like slow building, massive hit that's just like perfect for like festivals and just throwing your arms in the air. It's a really, really stunning track, and it kind of is showing this, I don't know, added level of maturity, which was already there with Sam Fender, but I feel like it added even more to that on this upcoming album. So I'm really looking forward to it. He's kind of talked about how it's a much more, I guess, personal album. So
plus all the press shots look really moody as fuck, don't they? So you can tell it's personal.
Yeah, it's not like
when they
colours,
do that one where they're all just sitting there in muted colours looking serious. That's when you're getting there, aren't you? That's the deep album.
Yeah. It's not like he's jumping on a trampoline or playing with cake. He's
the two alternatives.
Yes, that is how it works, right? That's where it goes. But yeah, big fan of it. Massive fan of the track, and I think it's probably one of the best tracks that he's kind of ever made. So it's a corker. So let's move on from me yabbering on. This is Sam Fender with "Get You Down."
Catch myself in the mirror. See a pathetic little boy who's going to get you down. Get you down.
Those poor cats, they get up, but they just can't get down.
But Sam's there to get them down.
He
Jake.
is.
Always.
Down, deeper and down.
Not that down.
No. Okay. Let's talk about some friends of the show,
Yes.
Jamie. Walt Disco, Zumba extraordinaires, Scottish legends, all-round wonderful people.
Yes.
Have just released their new single, Weightless.
Ooh.
And it's very good.
Yeah. Not a cover of the All Time Low song.
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
I have never heard the All Time Low song.
You're going on me.
Yeah, basically. No, I think it's been great to see with Walt Disco. I really liked their early stuff, but I think their early couple of tracks, but everything they've put out since then feels more like self-assured, and it has like just very unique sound. Like I've said before, feels kind of like almost like Bowie when he's like in his more operatic, like theatrical stuff. And I just really love it. I really love that they're doing something completely different to everyone else. Yeah. Like you could not mistake a Walt Disco track for any other band. And this one's really good as well. Like lyrically, it's been described as a reflection on front person James Potter's experience with their gender identity as a non-binary person. And I think that's I do think they are such a great band and an important band for that, in that they're making music in a genre that is quite a lot of the time very like white and male and straight, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even to the point where like there are constant calls for, more women on festival bills and things like that. Yeah. And that's, that's 50% of the population. Yeah. So if you are then in an underrepresented group, like, in the way that Walt Disco are, like, I just think it's really great to hear a voice from a different perspective.
And just embracing
people like me and you, Jamie, talking from a white male perspective.
Yes, as everyone then listens to us. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
listen to us champion diversity.
No, it's such a I don't know. Seeing Walt Disco just become this band that they are now, I think has just been really, really incredible. Because I mean, like you remember that those early tracks, which were brilliant, but if you look at those tracks and you look at where they are now, it's just like night and day.
Well, I think there was the Young, Hard and Handsome. EP.
Yeah,
was that an EP?
Yeah.
I think that was the turning point for me from like band working out where they were going, and that EP was so self-assured, and the stuff that's come afterwards, like this track in particular, like this is it. Like this feels like a band that have just found their sound and know exactly where they're going.
It's incredible, and seeing that world kind of form around them is going to be amazing. I think they're playing. They've got a show at Moth Club, I think, towards the end of this year, but
they've sold out. I think, have they? And then they announced, was it Scala, the sports team trajectory of announcing a venue far too big and just sort of pushing on until you somehow sell it out, and then doing that again.
Incredible scenes. I bet the shows are going to be amazing though. I feel like they're going to actually drop in, like just make it a real, just memorable night. So looking forward to it. And if they keep putting out tracks like this, they're just going to get bigger and bigger. So big fan of Walt Disco and this track.
Yeah, this is Weightless by Walt Disco.
Yeah, the all-time low track was the one that goes. I think it was.
I don't want to hear you sing an all-time low track. The album is the next section of the show. And this week we are back in Love City, aren't we, Jamie?
Oh, aren't we always in Love City though?
But no, we're back. We're back.
We're back in it. Sorry, no, we did leave. Yeah, we left some of that in Reading, which we'll never get back. We're back, yes, with the brand new album from The Vaccines, back in Love City.
And what an album!
What an album it is!
Just absolutely ludicrous,
just
album
ridiculous,
in the best possible way.
Ridiculous scenes. I mean, like The Vaccines. Like I don't know how did you feel about Combat Sports, which was their last album? I really liked it. I thought it's big. I thought it was like
honestly kind of passed me by. Like I did listen, but I didn't. But this to me is just like I remember the tracks we talked about on this before, and we've just been like, this is a band who are just fully like, let's have some fun.
Yes.
And this album is so that. There's stuff in this, like, there's stuff that sounds like it's straight out of like a Wild West film. Some of the riffs are like Link Ray rockabilly stuff, and then there's like synths in there, like disco bits, indie stuff, almost like pop stuff. This weird concept of like being in this city where like love is a commodity. The cover, which is just a big pill. Like everything about it is just like smashed together from all these different things.
Yeah.
And it is just absolutely bonkers to listen to it all the way through and be like, well, there it is. And I just think if you listen to the Vaccine's debut and you listen to this, you'd know it was the same band, but what a journey.
Yeah, you'd be like, what has happened in this time? It's so like unashamed. Like it's so like just confident in its own like feet.
I just think it's so cheesy, but it really leans into it and makes it work so well.
Yeah, that's it. They've kind of properly leaned into this kind of like like you say, the sheer fun of it all. You know, I feel like there's no like sense of like ego on this album. It's just pure like, do you know what? Plug in, have a fun time. That, you know, that is what this is all about. And the fact, like you say, it jumps across so many different styles, so many ridiculous lyrics, like just really, really incredible. And I think it's quite interesting that, you know, because obviously Justin, you know, obviously like a couple of guys in the Vaccine did obviously Halloween's, that kind of like side project, which was quite fun as well, but also like certainly within a more serious like framework. But
I do think that's fed into this, definitely.
Yeah, the lyrics in particular have definitely crossed over nicely, and I just think he's just like there's so many lines in here which are just absolutely like ridiculous.
There's these kind of like metaphors and like similes and stuff which are like, you know, they just almost don't work, and they sound like if you said them like in a conversation, people would pull you up on them and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're just in there, they're just constant. I just love how silly this album is. Yeah. Like, I genuinely love the fact that, like you say, the kind of ego has been left at the door and they've gone, look, this is what we want to make and it's going to be really, really fun. And I think, like, you know, if you're the kind of person who is, like, only listening to cool bands, I'm not sure whether this would be for you. No. I feel like, especially live, this is just, like, such a perfect addition to like what they have.
Yes,
like every single one of these songs is going to go off live.
Exactly. Let's pause for a second and have a listen to one such song. This is the title track, "Back in Love City" by the Vaccines. It will go off.
I'm back in Love City.
I feel like they've kind of, which is weird because obviously during the past 18 months there's not been much exactly live shows, but it feels like this is the perfect distillation of the Vaccines live as possible.
Listening to this album is very like, you do think to yourself, oh, I can see how that's going to go live. Oh, that would be great live.
Yeah.
It does. It's an album that makes you think of like, oh, I wish I was at a live show.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. It just makes you want to be there and go off, and just this freedom that kind of comes with it. It's just ridiculous, just how they're just letting themselves absolutely go for it on so many different things.
Have you been looking for freedom? You and David Hasselhoff.
We meet up every Sunday, really, just to have a little look around for it. And if we can't find it, which usually we don't, we just have a little coffee and then we call it a day. To be honest,
that song could fit on this album. Yeah, with a couple of synths.
Yeah. Honestly, like that Jump Off the Top song is just pure, like almost like Ramones-esque. It's so like simple, and I don't mean simple in like a negative way. I just mean it's so just like catchy and easy that it's just perfect. Like the whole like kind of like less is more. Like it was just another banger.
This whole album to me just feels almost like the Vaccines in Vegas. You know, that sort of like stage show, like cheesy casino vibe to it.
Yes,
like, but it's still very much them. It's just one of them's wearing a sequin jumpsuit now.
You're exactly right. Yeah. And to be fair, what a jumpsuit, to be honest. It's pure vibes, isn't it? They've also got huge shows coming up as well. They're doing Wembley Arena. Makes apps like just another sort of perfect moment for kind of this album.
They should do the
really.
stadium, I reckon.
You reckon?
Get some fireworks, some pyro.
Do you reckon?
No. No, I don't. I was lying.
Look, if we want us to book the tour, we'll book the tour. It's that big an album, basically. It's that big an album. Back in Love City, a huge one. We're going to play another track now, which is an absolute ripper, just to show you once again how just ridiculously fun.
I do think as well, one thing to say before we play this, most albums when we listen to them, we're like, right, that's the big single, and then that one's like a bit different, so we'll put that in. With this, I think we could have picked almost any track on here.
We went back and forth on this.
Like, well, we want two flavors of the album, and it's just like, well, every one of these songs is just weirder than like, it's just like, this one is like, the good, the bad, and the ugly meets disco, and then the next one is like a classic like track with a bit of rockabilly stuff in there, and then just so many different influences on each track.
Exactly.
But yeah, we've gone with Wanderlust, haven't we, Jamie?
You certainly have. So yeah, let's have a listen now. Wanderlust. Just go for it.
When I'm on your surface, I go deep in your language, the meat in your sandwich, but I feel like
ridiculous. What an album. The Vaccines, Back in Love City. Catch us in a venue, losing our minds to this album very, very soon.
In Love City.
Of course. Me, you, Love City. Anyone else who wants to join us, just give us a shout.
It's not a sex thing.
Yeah, no, very quickly. Yeah, sorry. Let's watch. Yeah. Just disclaimer. That's not anything a bit much there. Just
Love City is a Vaccines gig and nothing else.
Exactly. We do not endorse any extension of that. It's pure, clean family fun.
I endorse it. I'm just not a part of it.
It's not for me. It's not for us.
Yeah,
we simply
you
couldn't.
do you know.
Oh dear.
Live your truth.
Exactly. Talking about living truths. Our tweet of the week is a real living truth.
Sorry. What is?
I've got to do the thing, haven't I?
I'm really enjoying this image of you in a field in Manchester having to do this.
I'm looking around genuinely out of this cabin just to see if anyone can spot me as I do this now. So
someone's going to come in and think you're in pain.
Oh no, this is exactly what's going to happen. Someone's going to come in. Tweet of the week.
Any rumblings from outside, or you got away with it?
Someone's carrying what appears to be a prop, but it looks like an octopus, like a bright octopus prop.
That's where that went. Yeah, can you send it back to me?
Oh yeah, I'll go and chase after him actually after this, shall I? I'll go have a little look. But all we got was the octopus walking by, so maybe that was the attention it needed. So, but tweet of the week.
Yes,
we've only got one. I've only got the one this week, but it's a belter.
Oh, okay.
This one is from Easy Life, who have tweeted at 1:42 a.m. By the way, our tour bus driver said he just finished a run with Louis Tomlinson, and apparently he kept shitting in the We Only onboard toilet.
Couple of things. Why is there a We Only toilet?
I think, and obviously any tour bus drivers or artists listening who want to correct me on this, but I believe the thing is, once you're driving on a tour bus, there are some tour buses that can't really handle, what can I say?
Fecal discharge.
That's the ticket. And
but then what happens if you do need a shit? What are you meant to do?
Services.
Do it in your hands and throw it out the window.
Well, any artists that are listening that have been on a tour bus and have had to shit in their hands and throw it out the window, please let us know. But I don't believe so.
So it is services only.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm saying this like it's a big deal when like that's what every car is.
Yeah. It's just that, I don't think like some, and also, look, when you go to the loo in that regard. You know, it leaves an impact. So I think maybe there's rules there, like you can't be doing that. Like
that's true.
Come on,
yeah.
like a bit,
so what the fuck's
bit of
Louis
respect.
up to?
Well, clearly Louis Tomlinson just loves a shit.
Well, maybe he had an issue. Maybe we're laughing at an ill man.
He might have some. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, he might have some sort of the bowel issue. That means he has to continually shit. The idea though,
continually.
But he says kept shitting, which makes it sound like someone made a point and said, "Look, mate."
Well, there's two things here. Either someone told him not to, and then on multiple other occasions he did, or someone told him not to while he was doing it, and he refused to stop.
Just banging on the door like, stop.
And he's there like, oh, okay, I am. And he's, no, you're not.
And he's there like saying, you know, look, mate, were you in the biggest boy band of all time? I think not. I will shit where I want.
That's what I heard. I heard him. He said, I'm Louis Tomlinson. I shit where I want. That's his catchphrase, actually.
Merch available now. I'm Louis Tomlinson. I shit where I want. An incredible... incredible decision. And, you know, you got to feel sorry for the tour bus driver, I guess, who, if he clearly wasn't happy with that happening, he just kept shitting. So
must be pretty odd to have to, you know, spend part of your day telling a former boy band member not to do a big poo.
A multi-millionaire, I would at this stage as well. Don't stop shitting.
Please, for God's sake,
for the love of everyone on this bus, stop shitting. How do you feel about the toilet on moving vehicles? Like, for example, there's obviously train toilets, obviously coach toilets. Like,
I'm fine with the train toilet. The coach toilet is very claustrophobic normally, isn't it?
Yeah, and it usually reeks, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
You know, it's very rare you get a clean coach toilet.
It's also very rare that I'm in a situation where I am on a coach, and you know what I mean? That doesn't happen to me. Whereas train toilets, normally absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So, but only for a wee.
I guess also
people say train toilets discharge straight onto the tracks, but that's not true. They actually discharge straight into the water that you use to wash your hands. It's a virtuous circle.
Basically, what we've learned from this is if you're going anywhere with Louis Tomlinson, just bear in mind he might want to shit now and again.
He might be shitting right now.
For all we know, that's what he's doing.
Louis on a tour bus now, defiling things.
Just going, do you know what? I'm going to have a shit. But good on him. Good on him. And long may he shit, because, do you know what? There's only a few simple pleasures in life.
Can I just say as well, big fan of this tour bus driver getting another band on and just apparently going like, do you want to hear something about Louis Tomlinson? Because I can't imagine that would come up without the tour bus driver being like, did you know?
Or is he like, was one of Easy Life looking to go for a shit? And the guy was like, no. And he's like, well, what? Why? And he's like, mate, I had Louis Tomlinson on here the other week and he wouldn't stop shitting. So maybe it's
but I just feel like that's just in general a hard one to bring up, like, unless you really are committed to it. It doesn't really come up in general conversation.
No.
So do you do driving for a lot of stars? Oh yeah, loads. Any good stories? Oh yeah, I got one for you. And that's what he comes out with.
So basically, guys, just like abide the rules of the road.
And if you need to shit in the bin.
Shit in the bin. Because that clearly will go down better. You could say that, I guess, the tour bus life and having to decide where and how you can shit really is living strange by Easy Life.
Even if there's nothing wrong with Sundays with no dopamine, there's no happiness hanging beside me. Please, I wish you'd listen. I was speaking from the grave before they started digging. Who put me into this position? Dead and buried and in tune with my wisdom. I've gone from fine dining to piercing the packaging and staying in a one-man romantic meal. Pornhub and chill. How do you think I feel? Set fire to my ego, it burst into flames. I'm waking up with a stranger, can feel strange. Use a foreign toothbrush for 2 days, but a toothpaste, it tastes great. But we moved in the same way. Too bad she moved, it's too late. Now it's too late.
Odd scenes.
Good segue. Enjoying that.
Did that work? Did that work? That's
no,
quite nice.
Not really.
Oh, well, thanks.
Worked about as well as the tour bus toilet after Louis went in there.
And much like the tour bus toilet after Louis had been in it, we're all full up now.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. What do you think about that? That is the end of the show, though. A bit shorter than usual because we've got places to be.
We've got places to be,
see.
guys. We're still committed, though. We're still
I
committed.
hope that was enough for you.
Yeah. We're still committed to bringing you the show every single week. So I hope you're happy with
Apart
that.
from those couple of weeks we've had off in the past few weeks, but we'll just forget
No,
about
it was
those.
hard. They were hard times.
They were. It's true. So you got any predictions for the coming week, Jamie?
I think that Harry Styles is going to release basically a new range of chocolate, to be honest. So instead of fruit and nut, it's Styles and nut. And let's say
Styles and nut.
let's say a lot of people are going to get very excited by that name. Styles and nut coming soon. The next step for Harry Styles' world domination. I would eat it. Would you eat Styles and nut?
No.
Jake, any predictions for for next week for you?
Yeah, I think Louis Tomlinson's going to go into the lumber business, and he's going to plant a load of trees, fast growing. It's going to be like a softwood business. That's the most profit.
Yes, of course.
In a shortest period of time, and he's going to sell them at his store, Louis Logs. Obviously, a pun on how much he shits, which everyone will understand.
Louis.
I think that's all we got time for, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, I think it is. Louis.
Well, enjoy your Mancunian field.
I certainly will.
And for anyone listening at home, just remember, don't book for festivals in 4 weeks.